Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the Bommer number 8000-450-652. This is a these are pretty common hinges, is the 8000 in the sense of it being a three-knuckle style hinge. And let's go over the part number. First of all, 8000, that means a few things. It means that it is a plain bearing hinge. There are no concealed bearing packets in here where you would have if you ordered a BB 8000. It also means that it is a three-knuckle hinge. You can see why they call it a three-knuckle hinge. It's also full mortise. You can see from the swag on the hinge leaves there that they're meant to be mortised when the leaves are brought parallel. They are meant to be mortised flush to the edge of the door and frame. Now the 450 in the part number is a reference to the size. That specifically means that this hinge is 4.5 inches tall, and the height is always the first dimension on hinges like this, and 4.5 inches wide. Doesn't matter if you have that understanding, I suppose, flip-flopped for a square hinge, but if you had a rectangular hinge, like a 5 by 4.5, it's important to know that the height is 5 inch. Or a wide throw hinge. You could have a 4.5 by 6. Important to know the height is the first dimension. Now the 652, that means two things. Oh, you know what? Actually, let's back up. The 8000 part number also infers that the base material is steel. Now, jumping to the back end of the part number, the 652, that part number means two things. It also means that this is made of steel, and it also means that the finish on that steel is satin chrome. You can see I've got some of my fingerprints on there. I apologize. Okay. The pin is slightly raised so that you might be able to remove it when you're hanging your door and frame. I find it, quite frankly, easier to separate the hinge, get everything attached. It really turns it into almost a one-person job, although it's not a one-person job hanging doors. But for me, that's how we do it. Now, sold as each, plain bearing, three-knuckle, full mortise. Standard weight, that's also important to know, and actually is also inferred in the 8000 part number. The leaf thickness is 0.134 on a hinge like this. That's called standard weight. If you were to, and we'll go over the other options on this, but you can do this hinge in 180 thousandths thick too. That would be a heavyweight. We'll talk about how that part number changes. This is a non-rising but removable pin. This pin has a proclivity to not rise over time. However, it's not to be inferred that it's not removable. Should you need a non-removable pin, you want to be sure to order it that way. You're going to add an N to the part number. It'd be 8000-450N-652. That will give you a pin should your hinge barrel be exposed to the outside and your door swing out. You're going to want to make sure that someone cannot tamper with that pin and quite easily remove the door. There's a link below this video to a document called Cut Sheet, and that's very handy because it will allow you to review this hinge dimensionally, locations of all the screw holes. And speaking of screw holes, screws are included. You typically will get all machine screws and half wood screws. This order has all 8 machine screws and all 8 wood screws. If you have a specific need, indicate that in the comment field. You might say, all wood screws included is not common. You might be doing wood doors and wood frames. Be sure to indicate that. Say, send me all wood screws. I don't need any machine screws, that kind of thing. Now, you'll see the location of the screw holes. That pattern is called a template pattern. The specific pattern of this is considered template. The word template is used to refer to the fact that it is industry standard. Okay. You can see the locations of all those screw holes there dimensionally. Now, lower left-hand corner is a nice little chart. In that first column, you've got some numbers under the steel heading. A 5000 hinge is their 5-knuckle hinge. A 5010 is a wide throw hinge. An 8000 is a 3-knuckle hinge. The 8010 is a 3-knuckle hinge but wide throw. The BB for both 5000 and 5010 give you ball bearings. And I can see that I misspoke earlier. Forgive me. When you want ball bearing on an 8000 hinge, it's not BB, it's LB. It's lube bearing because it's a concealed, maintenance-free sort of bearing construction. So you'd be looking at an LB version. You go to the column next, it's going to be brass or bronze base material, and you can see the only change in the part number is that last digit from 0 to 1. That's important to know. And then if you want stainless steel base hinges, change that last digit from 0 to 2. And the 0, the 1, the 2 just changes the base material. If you get into other options of this hinge, such as security options, other thicknesses, electrical options, all of that can be reviewed from a very handy link below this video to the manufacturer's page, where you can pull up the full line product catalog. And as you pull that catalog up, you will get to a point where you will be able to, would be page number, well, of the PDF, or at least of the current PDF, you're going to get to a matrix by which you can order the hinges. And that is on this PDF, page AH5, or the 23rd page of the PDF. And you can see the matrix of how you can build a part number, giving you all the potential options. And it's all there. Some of it is not exactly straightforward or watertight, meaning a couple of very odd sorts of possibilities that you might have for a hinge. You can't indicate wide throw and 5/8 radius at the same time, but when you get to the size, if you tell them that you want a wide throw hinge that's 355, that would mean 3.5 by 5, they're going to know you want a wide throw hinge. And then the 8 in that column will override the 1 sort of situation. I'm partial to Bommer, and you can probably tell, hopefully you can tell. Number 1, the logo. Right above it says Made in USA. Number 2, their customer service, their technical support is superb. Their fit and finish, their quality is always excellent. And it's one of the reasons, and industry-leading lead times as well. They stock a tremendous quantity of their product line. And if they don't have it in stock, the lead time's generally 2 to 3 weeks, sometimes a little bit longer, but the material is always well worth the wait. If you have any questions on the 8000-450-652, and it is available in all the common finishes on a steel base, prime coat, zinc, black Japan, but the common ones, brass, bronze, nickel, polished satin, oil rubbed bronze as well. Any questions on this or any other Bommer product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.